The top quarterbacks in this year's draft class are not going to be down in Alabama at the Senior Bowl. So that is opening up the door or giving the opportunity for a lot of quarterbacks down there to kind of have their draft stock rise, especially at the beginning of this evaluation period. It's always the All-Star game, the combine, the pro days, and then the individual workouts. But the All-Star games kind of kick things off in the evaluation period. So Garrett Nussmeier, Luke Altmyer, and Taylon Green are my three quarterbacks that really need to stand out and shine at the three Senior Bowl practices and the game. And we'll start with Garrett Nussmeier. I feel like he has the most pressure on him to have the best week out of all the quarterbacks that are down there. He's finally healthy from the midsection injury that he had earlier this year. Was it the injury that forced him to be benched and the reason that the team wasn't that good? Obviously, that led to Brian Kelly being fired. Remember, this kid was the number one quarterback in this class going into the 2025 season, but for some reason, he fell off. If you watch the tape, he can make every throw that's on that route tree. He's the prototypical type NFL quarterback. Love to see his anticipation throws, but for some reason, he just absolutely fell off. And now he's looking at falling into mid to late rounds. So I feel as though Garrett Nussmeier really needs to have a solid week for an NFL franchise to kind of take a swing at the fence, to bring him in as a backup and somebody that, hopefully a good quarterback coach or offensive coordinator could develop. The next guy on my list, Luke Altmyer from Illinois. He's a lot more athletic than Nussmeier. His legs are a weapon here. He does have a strong arm when you watch the tape, but he's a little off sometimes, a little inconsistent with the deep ball. Does like to push the football down the field, but he's a little inconsistent at times. It's a little hit or miss because 1 second there is good ball placement. The next, he doesn't take advantage of a receiver being downfield and being able to drop it in the bucket. I think he's going to be a second-day pick, but I feel like if he plays well in this game, he performs well to kick off this evaluation period, then I feel like that's going to determine where he falls, whether he's just a mid-level guy or a late draft pick that's going to have to come in and try and make a team. I feel like coaches are going to love his toughness and his command of an NFL playbook and a huddle, but ultimately he'd be a second day guy that has the opportunity to maybe climb up a little bit, get on some other people's draft boards. Last but not least, and this is the most interesting quarterback on this tape, Taylon Green, 6'6", 224, athletic. He is the prototype. He is a guy that when you look at him on tape, he has the wow factor. He just because of height, length, and athleticism, very lanky. Looks like Vince Young when you watch him, long and athletic, dual threat quarterback. But he's going to have to show that he can make tight window throws on the consistent basis. If you looked at him at the beginning of the year, the first 2 games, he had 10 touchdowns in 2 games. But then the next 10 games, he only had 9 touchdowns, and they lost 10 straight. So you want to see what he looks like or how he picks up NFL playbook. Was he a product of the system at Arkansas? He had a really solid offensive line that gave him a lot of time. That gave him the ability to throw the football down the field. So I want to see him be consistent with the ball placement on a lot of the intermediate routes. And I want to see him be consistent with throwing the football down the field. Ultimately, Nussmeier got the highest ceiling through all 3 guys, but he has the biggest pressure. Altmyer could really help his draft stock going into the combine. Needs to come out of this Senior Bowl week as a need-to-watch type guy. And Green, he needs to stand out and out-elite the bigger name guys that are going to be at the combine. Senior Bowl practices start Tuesday. They go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you have the game Saturday at 2:30 p.m.